আর এই চলে আসার কারণে আমাদের জান্নাতে যাওয়ার পথটা আমাদের জন্য সহজ হয়ে যাবে। সুতরাং আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা যেন আমাদেরকে এই ইলম অর্জন করার, ইসলামিক ইলম অর্জন করার ভালোভাবে তৌফিক দান করেন। আমরা সবাই বলি আমিন। Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, inshallah today we are talking about the importance of Islamic ilm, Islamic knowledge. What is the importance of seeking knowledge and what is the importance in Islam about this Islamic knowledge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he revealed the first verse in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq." Read in the name of your Lord who has created you. This first verse was not talking about zakat. This first verse was not talking about Hajj. This first verse not talking about all the pillars of Islam, but he was talking about this Islamic knowledge, al-ilm. Why is this important? Because if we look at the Quran, if you look about the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is huge emphasis is talking about these. Why? If you look at the Ayyam al-Jahiliyyah, why was this Ayyam al-Jahiliyyah called Ayyam al-Jahiliyyah? Were they not the descendant of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet Ibrahim, and all the great prophets were who we call the fathers of Islam, the descendants of Adam alayhi salam? But why were they called Ayyam al-Jahiliyyah? Because the only reason was that they did not have Islamic knowledge. This is why when they buried the daughters alive, and this verse is mentioned in the Quran, بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ, for which reason did you bury this child, meaning did you kill the child? The only reason was they did not have Islamic knowledge. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about knowledge in the Quran, He says, وَاللَّهُ أَخْرَجَكُم مِّن بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ شَيْئًا وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ وَالْأَبْصَارَ وَالْأَفْئِدَةَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. That indeed, when you were in the bellies of your mothers, you did not know anything. But when I took you out of your mothers and got you to this world, وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ, I gave you the hearing. وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ وَالْأَبْصَارَ وَالْأَفْئِدَةَ, and I gave you the eyesight to see, and I gave you the hearts to understand, to feel. This is why we have the five senses. When we say that in my childhood I was very good in memorizing, and when I am very old and when I'm aging, I misunderstand the memorizing and I can't understand it and I cannot memorize it. The only reason is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you these five senses for a reason. But when it is stuck and when it is not used, then this is the reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes your memory go away, so that you go away from the religion and then you can't understand the religion properly. This is why when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you the understanding, has given you the means, the reason is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to learn the religion properly and learn Islam in a sense that you understand the religion properly, and then this might be a means for you to enter Jannah. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Are the people who know and are the people who do not know, are they the same? And Allah gives you a rhetorical question for you to understand and ponder, that is this the people, or are these the people the same? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replies Himself that indeed they are not the people who are the same. The huge importance of the knowledge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرًا مِنَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ هُمْ غَافِلُونَ. Indeed, the people who know and who are the knowledge of about the dunya, who only know about the dunya and who have the taste about the dunya, but they do not know anything about the akhirah. وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ هُمْ غَافِلُونَ, that they will be in the hereafter. Ghafil. And this ghafil in the Arabic meaning or the Arabic language, it means that a person who is away. Ghafil does not mean that he does not understand and he is minorly about this religion or about this verse, about this sentence. This means that he is away from the religion and he is not bothered about understanding the religion. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلَوْلَا نَفَرَ مِنْ كُلِّ فِرْقَةٍ مِّنْهُمْ طَائِفَةٌ لِيَتَفَقَّهُوا فِي الدِّينِ. That indeed Allah wants you from the people to take out from the people and from you to understand the religion. So when a student of knowledge or a person who knows the knowledge and who understands the knowledge, who goes away for a certain period of time and he comes back to the community and gives something about to the community, then Allah says that indeed those are the people who are not the same. Those are the people who I want for them to establish Islam for the reason that they can benefit the humanity. And for those people who do this, are they the same? Now what is the Prophet ﷺ saying? The Prophet is saying, a person who does this and acquires Islamic knowledge and who gives back to the community, or any person who does this, acquires Islamic knowledge, the Prophet ﷺ says, مَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ بِهِ خَيْرًا يُفَقِّهُ فِي الدِّينِ. A person who wants khair, a person who wants good in his religion, Allah will make his understanding easy for him. And this understanding is talking about Islam. A person who wants to be good in his religion, in his deen, Allah will make Islam easy for him. Allah will make Islam a very good understanding so he can understand Islam and then give it to his community. The Prophet ﷺ says in a profound hadith, we all know this hadith, طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم ومسلمة. Indeed, seeking knowledge upon every Muslim and every Muslimah is a fard. This is not talking about gaining knowledge. What you will gain, Allah knows, because Allah says, وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا. What you will be gaining tomorrow, it is upon Allah, because only 5 things that are in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and one of them is what you will be gaining, it is upon Allah. But seeking knowledge is upon you. It is your duty, my brothers and sisters, to seek knowledge. It is everybody's duty to seek knowledge. This is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَ. Indeed, the people who are from the Quran, who learn the Quran and teach it, they are the best of people. And the muhaddisun explain this hadith to be Islamic knowledge and Islamic creed. If you know the Islamic knowledge, if you know the Quran, if you know the hadith and you teach it upon the people and then you learn it again, indeed you are from the best of people. So it is your duty, my brothers and sisters, to learn Islamic knowledge. If you become a doctor, if you become an engineer, indeed the faith in Islam is there. But the Prophet ﷺ, when he is emphasizing about these, it is talking about Islamic knowledge. This is why the Prophet ﷺ said, فَضْلُ الْعَالِمِ عَلَى الْعَابِدِ, meaning that a person who is an alim, a person who is knowledgeable, that he is in a sense of a gaining matter upon the people who are not an alim. So a no ordinary person and a person who is an alim, is there a difference? Indeed there is a difference, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Indeed, the people who are not knowledgeable, the people who do not know, and the people who know, are they the same? فَاذْكُرُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ.